control.
What's up, guys? I hope you guys are having a good start to the new DLC Black Armor. If you have the annual pass, if not, hope you're enjoying the free content anyway, nonetheless. So in the background here, I've got a fun match I had in a solo queuing comp there. I think around Saturday or Friday last week, and I reckon I did pretty alright. I have a video up on how to solo queue comp, and I'll be honest, I didn't fully follow my own rules here. I said if you're going to solo queue, go for objectives, play with your teammates. I found here that my teammates were very happy to go for the capture points, so I figured I'd help by slaying out and keeping the enemies away. And I did a pretty alright job. You'll see as the gameplay rolls on. But anyway, what I do want to talk about is a step above competitive for Destiny. What I mean by that is esports, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, Merlin, we don't need esports. Oh, Merlin, Destiny 2 isn't esports material. It would suck. No one wants it." Well, I can guarantee that if I want it, there's a lot of other people who also want it. I reckon I'm okay at Crucible. I enjoy the PvP aspect of Destiny 2, and there's a lot of other players who are better than me who are actually already making money out of this with recoveries and stuff, which to be honest I don't agree with, but hey, they're using their skills and earning a living from it, so more power to them. So yeah, what I want to talk about really is how Destiny could be an esport, and the sort of benefits that would come with it. First thing that Destiny would really need is a balanced PvP, and anyone who plays PvP already knows that it's not 100% balanced, and people do want to see it balanced. This means making it pretty much every super more like the sort of threat that Dawnblade or top tree hammers would pose. Not quite like Nova. Nova, I will agree, is a little overpowered, especially with how much healing you can get, how easy it is to dodge other incoming fire from even supers like Blade Barrage. And that's another one. Blade Barrage has some serious amount of tracking on those knives. I know Dawnblade has quite a lot of tracking with its knives, with its Daybreak blades, but you fire one at a time, and usually you'd only get one kill per blade. Whereas with the Blade Barrage, there's about 14 knives. I figured he was just too much of a hassle to chase after, so I figured I'd go for these guys coming in. Yeah, you get about 14 knives, and they can all track. You only need to get caught by one to just explode. Even from practically any super, you need a seventh of the blades to hit. That's less than 20% of your super you actually need to land for it to work. You only get 7 blades for the Dawnblade, so that's like you could team wipe with one go at it, which is a lot easier to do if they're all together than with a Dawnblade, because as soon as you show up with a Dawnblade, you're not going to get all your shots off in all of them before they start to scatter like fucking, I don't know, rats coming out of a flooding sewer. Anyway, weapons I think for the most part are pretty balanced. There are some that are in places they shouldn't be, like Telesto I think should be closer to a heavy, because, well, it's got no damage fall off. You can set traps from across the map, and you'll get kills long after you're dead. Unfortunately, I think it's better suited as a heavy. Nonetheless, it needs to get more balanced. That's the first thing. Second thing that would need to be introduced is a spectator mode, a dedicated spectator mode for private matches. I'm surprised this isn't already a thing, to be perfectly honest. I had another point I wanted to bring up about the balance of things. I'll come back to it if I remember. So yeah, balance, spectator mode, and there needs to be a better way of keeping track of things. Like perhaps even maybe yeah, I shouldn't have engaged there. I knew I only had 6 in the mag, but I still went in. Perhaps even keeping track of small online tournaments. What I had to do was keep track on pen and paper, which didn't exactly make things easy. I mean, it was fun. I'll probably do another one maybe next month or the month after, depending on the interest. Now on to its viability. Once these sort of changes are implemented and people are happy with them, or sorry, incentives are probably be a better word for it. So let's take a small game in terms of esports. Gears of War 4. All right. The prize pool for Gears of War 4 over this year, $1 million. The top 4 players took home a bit over $60,000 each. I'm sure a lot of you guys who play Crucible and you're good at it, you already make some money out of it. You're gonna make over a good year's worth of cash in one tournament, maybe a couple of tournaments, but that's over a year, and you're still earning twice like the average adult wage. Well, especially on minimum wage here, especially it's around 22,000. So I know I would like to earn a bit over 60 grand playing one game a few times a year. Okay, dedicated a few times a year. These guys be playing Gears of War 4 all day, every day. You don't get good enough to earn 60 grand by just playing on weekends. Moving on to a bit of a bigger game, Rocket League, another one that's on console. Top 4 players taking home about 100,000 a year. This year, bigger again, Halo 5 Guardians. So we know Bungie has already had esports before with Halo, and I'm pretty sure they didn't develop Halo 5 Guardians, but nonetheless, it's there. These guys took home, the top 4, $174,500 this year. About the same size again. This year's Call of Duty, I think it was this year's Call of Duty World War II, could be last year's. I don't keep track anymore. I don't know how he got me through the wall. Anyway, COD World War II, a little over $170,000 a year as well. There was the World League Championship this year in Columbus, Ohio. Prize pool was $1.5 million. That's one tournament for $1.5 million this year. Even Fortnite has had its tournaments. Fortnite of all things. I mean, sure, people like Fortnite. I'm not a big fan. Top 4 players took home about $400,000 this year. That's crazy. I'm sure a lot of other top tier players, I'm not calling myself top tier, but I'm sure top tier players in PvP would also like to engage in this kind of thing. So let me know in the comments below what you think would be helpful for making it Destiny 2 in eSport. And thanks for watching.